donated to the channel to help sponsor these lessons. So shout out to these wonderful people for making their donations. Thank you. It wasn't a requirement, but they contributed to the channel, and I'm absolutely grateful for that. Thank you to our YouTube members for your memberships. Your memberships are helping keeping this channel alive, and I want to say thank you for becoming a member and supporting the channel. Also, thank you to our Patreon partners for your continued support, love and support through Patreon as well. And then also just please know that anything you see on these slides, you're going to be able to access on your app, or the app that I created. So that's La Familia Guitar Chord app. You're going to see this first button right up here. It'll show you everything that I'm going to show you today is here for you to review. If you want to go back, or if you'd rather take a screenshot of the slideshow, you're more than welcome to do that as well. Okay. So the first thing we're going to look at is reading the chord chart. So this is what's called a chart. This is a diagram of this neck right here. So you see here, the black thing, the black bar that's going across, that's the thick black bar on the chart, represents this, and all the lines that are going down represent the strings, and the lines that are going across this way represent are these fret dividers. Okay, these dividers, and these little spaces here, they're called frets, and they're divided. So you'll learn more about these in just a minute. Okay, so you count them this way: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on. Okay, whenever I show you a new chord, I'm going to use a chart just like the one that's there, and to read it, it's going to be easy. That red bar, again, it represents the guitar nut, and then these are the frets. So you count them: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You'll notice that there are dots on the side of your guitar. Some of you may have a dot on the 3rd fret, and some of you start off on the 5th, but for sure you're going to have one on the 5th, 7th, 9th, and 12th. If your guitar does not have it, take a marker or something and mark the 5th, 7th, 9th, and 12th fret. These are just there to help guide you so you know your way around what's called the fret board. This is all called a fret board, okay? And it's kind of a map. And I'm going to show you an easy way to memorize this. There's not a single person I've not taught that doesn't know their way around the fretboard. And I just teach you a couple of things. The rest of it you can learn all on your own. And I'm going to show you a way of doing that. Okay, so just so we're clear, knowing how to play the chords and all that, think about that as walking. Okay, like when you're a kid and you don't know how to walk yet, that's walking. What I'm going to guide you through in this lesson is like you're a baby flat on your back, and you're learning to lift your neck up and lift your head up, and you're wiggling your arms around because you don't know how your body works yet. Okay, this is that. We're gonna learn you. Get that out. We're gonna learn you how to read the chart and wiggle your arms so that you can wiggle your legs, and then we're gonna learn how to stand, and then we're gonna learn how to take our first step, and then we're gonna get walking, and later on you're gonna be running. I'm sure of it. So it's gonna take a little bit of imagination because the chart looks like this, and your guitar is actually this way. So it is going to take a little bit of imagination, but not to worry. We're going to make this super easy for you. And the chart there, you're going to see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? That 1 is that bottom string. Okay. So make sure you get that picture in your head that the vertical line furthest to the right represents the first string number 1, and that's the bottom string. Okay. And the last one, the string farthest to the far left of the screen, is your 6th string, which is the top string. Okay, that's the top one here. So this is string 1 and this is string 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So if I ever say it's going to be on your 3rd string, it's not this one. It's not the 3rd from top to bottom, unless I say 3rd from top to bottom. But if I say 3rd string, I'm talking about this string here. Okay, the 3rd one from bottom to top. So that's how we count these strings. When you see the chart, 2 little dots above right there, you see those 2 dots right above the nut of the guitar right here, these 2 dots, these 2 circles, sorry. Those 2 circles represent that you play those strings open. So if I show you a chord, those strings, this bottom string is going to be open, those 2 top strings are going to be played open, okay? When you see 2 X's, that means you do not strum those strings. So you're going to start on the 4th string instead of the top string, okay? So and I'll check those with you later, and I'll guide you as I go along. But this is just a way of planting seeds here, so you remember how to read these chords, okay? The chord chart. Up on top here, you're going to see, like here, you see a C7. This is the name of the chord, okay? Eventually, you're going to learn not to read the diagram here, but only know these, okay? But we're only going to use this chart to memorize the chords, okay? To know where we are. So for example, the Corey Asbury song, Reckless Love, you'll see up here, it gives you the chords that you're going to use for this song, right? It says EM, this lowercase m stands for minor, E minor. If it doesn't have anything after, it's a major. So E minor, D, a C, and a G major. And then here you'll see that it has the lyrics and it has the name of the chord up on top of the lyrics so that you can follow along and you won't need the chart like this anymore. You're only going to need this, okay, eventually. So let's move on here. Now, I want you to take your left hand. Hopefully everybody's right-handed, so this is on your left and this hand's your right, okay? But I want you to take your left hand, and here's how you're going to read this chart. So you see the circles? I've numbered where each finger goes on which string and which fret. So here's how you figure out. So when you go like this, when you count 1, 2, 3, right? And 4. That's it. So this is finger number 1. This is finger number 2, your middle finger. Your ring finger is finger number 3. And your pinky is finger number 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. That's how you're going to count. So if I'm going to play this chord, this is what it's going to look like. It says that I have my index finger, finger number 1, in the bottom string. Actually, I messed that up. It's supposed to be on the second string. See? Even I mess up all the time. But anyway. Then it's my pinky on the 4th, on the 3rd fret, 3rd string. My second finger, finger number 2, my middle finger, on the 3rd fret. I'm sorry, 2nd fret, 4th string, and then my 3rd finger on the 3rd fret on the 4th string, and that's what it is. But I messed up and I put this down here. This one's not supposed to be it. Okay, sorry. I'll fix that. I'll fix that later. Okay, cool. And then this is another thing. You don't have to memorize this, but I'm just planting a seed here. Whenever you see a number and then the same number with this line connecting them, that means that you hold down all those strings with the same finger. So that means that I'm pressing this here, and I'm going to press this one too, but I can't have that finger in the same, or at least not my fingertip, on the same fret at the same time, right? Two different spots. So I have to press down the entire thing with one finger. So that's what that means, okay? You don't have to worry about that right now. That's just me planting a seed there. Notes versus chords. So when I say note, I just mean one single note. This is, so if I play that top string by itself, that's a note. This is a chord. A chord is multiple notes put together, grouped together to form a chord. So think about it like notes are like the letters in the alphabet, and a chord is like a word that is put together to form, or many letters in the alphabet, a couple of letters in the alphabet put together to form a word. Okay, so notes versus chords. We're going to be working with chords and notes. So just a quick note of that, please. And there are a total of 7 notes. There's actually more, but there's 7 notes. It's A, B, C, D, E, F, and G. What happens after G is that it circles right back to A. And I'll teach you what octaves are in another class, but just know that these are the only notes that you're going to ever see. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and then after G, it circles right back to A, B, C, D, E, F, G, right back to A. So on the piano, you'll see 2 white keys, black keys, and then another 2 white keys together, 3 black keys, and then so you see that, and then that repeats throughout the whole board. You'll see that same pattern repeat. So that's A, B, C. It starts off with C, D, E, F, G, A, B, and then C, D, E, F, G, A, B. It repeats over and over again. The guitar is somewhat the same. Okay, there are notes here that are going to repeat, and all you need to do is memorize these 7, and you'll be golden. So there's more to learn because there's flats and sharps. Don't worry about this. This is just another seed, because there are notes in between some of these notes here, and depending on the direction you're going, they're either going to be flat or they're going to be sharp. But don't worry about the yellow ones yet. We're just going to stick with these A through G. Okay. Here's our note chart again. This one is important. We're not going to go through it now, but it's important because each one of these strings is tuned to a note. All of these strings are tuned to a specific note. Okay. And this top string here is tuned to an E. The bottom string is also tuned to an E, but it sounds higher. It's the same note. E, 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 E. So they're both E's, okay? Just tuned, this one's tuned higher. So each one of these notes, each one of these strings, sorry, is tuned to a specific note. This top one is E, A, D, G, B, and E. Try your best to memorize that, okay? That's the first thing that I want you to memorize is the names of these strings, okay? So if you ever pop a string, let's just say you pop the D string right here, D, and you go to the store and you want to buy a single string, you say, I need a D string, and then they'll sell you just that D string in most like mom and pop shop music stores. So you don't have to buy the whole set itself, okay? But if you say, I'm looking to buy an E chord, they're going to ask you which one. So you can say, I just need the first string, or you can say, I need the sixth string, which are both E's. Okay. So a good way to remember that is, let's see, eat another delicious giant burrito, everybody. How about that? Eat another delicious giant burrito, everybody. Okay. That's how we're going to memorize that. I decided that just now. That's how we're going to memorize that. And if you notice, this it shows you your whole fretboard here. So you have the first fret, second fret, and third fret. Some of you have that dot in the middle, or you have it on the top of your guitar, and then you have another dot on the fifth. So these are markers to help you find your way around the fretboard. Okay. How's everybody doing? Am I going too fast? Let me know. Too fast? If I'm going too fast, say yo, slide, slow down, bro, slow down. You're going too fast. Too fast. I mean, not fat. I'm getting a little fat, but let's see. This chart is called tabs. Yeah. So we got, thank you. So the chart is called tabs. Well, they have tablature, and there's a different ways of reading. So there's tablature, which are numbers, right? But I'm showing you the charts, right? Let's see. Everybody's good? Too fast? Okay, hermanita. I'll slow down just a bit, but just know that everything that I'm covering is in that app. Okay. So if you need to review it, just follow along with the app. Okay. I'll try to slow down just a tiny little bit, but yeah, there you go. Erika just posted the link. You can see the app and follow along.
Carmen says, sorry, I'm not trying to interrupt.
No, go ahead.
Carmen says, if you can fix the chart, it's going to cover your.
Oh yeah, I will. I will.
Okay.
I'm gonna shut it up. Whenever I do something on my guitar, I will shut down. I'll turn off the slideshow. So no worries. Thank you. I'll fix it for sure. No problem. All right. So there's a total of 21 basic chords. Okay, 21. That's all I'm going to show you. You're going to memorize these 21, and from that you're going to learn so many different songs. Okay, but it's broken up into 3 groups: 7 major chords, 7 minor chords, and 7 seventh chords. And these are the basic chords that most songs have. And if you're Spanish speaking, most Spanish songs have these 3 groups. They're very easy to learn. And again, so there's A, B, C, D, E, F, and G, right? So there is an A major, an A minor, and an A7. A B minor, B major, B7, C major, C minor, C7, D, and so on. All right, they're going to be broken up that way. So again, let's look at Corey's song, Reckless Love. As you can see, it has a 1 minor, E minor, and the rest are major. So D, C, and G. So once we get all of our major chords and you learn at least your E minor chord, you're going to be able to play this song. All right. So again, the key to remembering these chords is by building muscle memory in the chord formations. And here's what I mean by chord formations. Every chord that you play has a figure, a formation. So this is A, this is E, okay? F looks like this. This is G. There are many different ways of playing G, but this is G. There's D, E minor. I'm sorry, A minor, E major, E minor. Every chord has a formation. And the best way to learn it is to is by having your fingers remember where each finger goes. So I know this is A formations like this. This is G, this is C, this is D, this is A minor, this is E major, E minor, F looks like this. So memorizing the formations in the air is one way that I help myself memorize them. Okay. And I'm going to show you how to I'm going to show you how to remember them along the way. Okay, hermanita, bear with me. Okay, I'm gonna go over some of this stuff again in a bit. I want to talk to you first about holding your guitar. Okay, a couple of things that we want to get out of the way to form the right kind of habits. Because if you form the wrong habits right from the beginning, it's going to be harder to get rid of those habits later. So we want to make sure that these are developed early on so that you're not uncomfortable when you're playing. Okay, so we're going to start off with this hand, with the right hand. I'm sorry, the left hand. Sorry, left. There it is, left. I write with my right, and this is my left. Okay, cool. So left hand. First things first. There are a couple of things that happen, that could make your hand feel uncomfortable. It could even cramp up a little bit. Okay. And the first thing is actually nothing to do with your hands, but the way that you're holding your guitar. So you want to hold it in your lap, almost parallel and flat to your body. Okay. You do not want to tilt the guitar. This is something that I've noticed a lot of my students would do, is they would tilt their guitar because then they can see it. They can see the fretboard a lot easier, right? So that's easy. But the problem is that you're overreaching this hand. This hand is too curved, and sometimes you can cramp up and hurt your wrist. And you don't want to do that. So you want to make sure you're holding it flat up against your body and that it's flat. If you need to look at the fretboard, I'd rather you stick out your neck and do it this way, because then your fingers are already starting to memorize their position, and muscle memory again is important here. Okay, so you don't want to have this going on and then later on you try to do this and your fingers are out of whack because it feels weird, it feels uncomfortable. So get that out of the way. Hold the guitar right on your lap like this and almost straight up. Okay, straight like this, not tilted, straight. Okay, again, if you need to see the fretboard, stick your neck out, position your fingers and come back, because I want you to be able to play without staring at your fingers. Okay, unless you're shy like me. Sometimes when I play, I just stare here because I have a thing about making eye contact with people when I'm singing, especially if I'm singing a sad song and I make eye contact and I see them tearing up, it's over for me. So I got to focus, make sure that I'm able to sing and get through the song complete, right? All right, so this hand, the thumb position, okay? If for whatever reason you're playing a chord and it doesn't feel right, it feels strange to you, it hurts or it's uncomfortable in any way, first thing you want to check, make sure that this is right, the whole guitar is right, and then you want to check, the position of your thumb. There's no real place to put it back here. It's gonna depend on the chord that you play and how comfortable it is for you. But if I'm playing this note here and my thumb is way up here, that might make it uncomfortable. So I'm going to position my thumb where, like, it could be back here, or it could be right here, right next to it. Remember, the job of the thumb is to help support your fingers. This is pressing back so that you can press down on these strings and be able to get a nice clean sound. Okay, if you're not pressing hard enough, this is what your guitar is going to sound like. You're going to get that sound. And in the beginning, that's okay, because your fingers are not used to pressing, and you're going to struggle in the beginning a little bit, just a tiny little bit. Your fingers are going to feel a little uncomfortable because you're pressing. You're not used to pressing your fingers in that way, so it's going to feel a little uncomfortable. But eventually, as you begin to build muscle, a little strength in your fingers, then you're going to get a nice clean sound out of it. Okay, but in the beginning, if you sound like this, do not get discouraged. Okay, just tell your thumb to give a little bit of support here and get a nice little chord here. Okay, the second thing that could cause uncomfortable guitar positioning or uncomfortable hand is your wrist, the position of your wrist. So my thumb might be in a good place, but my wrist, let's see, might be too high. Maybe I need to bring it down a little bit. See this? Maybe that'll feel a little bit more comfortable. So if I'm playing like this, that might be a little weird because I'm using the tip of my thumb to press, and it's making my wrist kind of hurt. I'm pressing too hard. So I might bring my wrist down a little bit, and instead of using the tip of my thumb, I'm going to use this part of my thumb, okay, the flat part of my thumb, and position my wrist. Okay, the other part, and this is a big one on a lot of my students, a lot of my students, is the position of your elbow. Your elbow says a lot too, because if it's too out, this is weird. This hurts. Just try it. Like put your elbow all the way out and just hold the guitar like this. Just try to hold the guitar like flat and put your elbow out and see how much your wrist hurts. Your thumb is kind of weird and your elbow's like sticking out too much. Here's another mistake that a lot of people make, is that they rest their elbow on their lap. Don't do that. Don't do that. That's a bad habit, because then this is already uncomfortable. This chord is uncomfortable. Okay, it needs, all of these three have to be, your thumb, your wrist, and your elbow have to work together to find a comfort spot, a comfortable position for these chords. Okay, so if ever a chord feels weird, say, where's my thumb? If I move my thumb, if I reposition my thumb, does that make it feel better? If I reposition my wrist, if I open up my hand a little bit more, does that feel better? What about my elbow? Is that better? So work all three, okay? All three of those, okay? If you ever feel uncomfortable. And so that's it. That's it for this hand, okay? This hand over here, your right hand, I want you to start off by positioning your fingers here. It doesn't matter if it's just your middle finger or both of these fingers, but I want you to position them underneath the sound hole. This is the sound hole. This is where the sound comes. If you have an electric guitar, you'll have pickups here, these little pickups. Don't worry about what type of guitar you have, but I want you to position your fingers here. Yes, we can use a pick. I'll show you that stuff later, but I want you to be able to use your thumb, because when you're playing, I want you to be able to play basses and then rhythm with the other fingers, okay? But I want you to work out your thumb. So I want you to have your fingers here, and I want you to position your thumb, just rest it on top of on the top string, kind of like if it's, imagine you all see it in a cat, right? When a cat climbs like a branch and it just lays there and it just hangs out there like with its feet dangling and stuff. Just position your thumb there on top of the string, the sixth string here. Okay. Let me know with a thumbs up in the live chat if you've got that down. Okay, and here's something to note. My hand is sort of flat. It's not like this. Okay, I'm not positioning it this way like I'm grabbing something. Okay, it's like this, flat. Okay, flat up against the guitar, just like that. Resting on the top string. And what I want you to do when you strum, here's a common mistake. People try to pluck out. You're not plucking the string outward. You're going to push down and rest it on the next string. So all I'm doing is, now that it's leaning here on this top string, I'm just pushing down now, see? And I'm letting it slide off of the tip of my finger, and I'm resting my thumb on the next string. So go ahead and try that a couple times. So after it's rested, of course I have to bring it out, over, and back on here, right? So I'm not strumming up. I'm only strumming down, and I'm going out, over, down, over, down. Excellent. So we got Dori says she's got it. Donita says she's got it. Celia's got it. Excellent. Carol, I think she's got it as well. That's all I want you to do, is just play that. And of course, I'm not pressing anything on this hand. I'm only playing it open. Okay, so just a quick review. Your right hand is positioned. Your thumb is resting up here. When you're playing this hand here, you want to make sure, if something's uncomfortable, you want to make sure that you check your thumb, check the position of your wrist, and the position of your elbow. Do not lean your elbow on your lap like this. This is bad posture. You want to sit up straight, guitar flat on your body. And if you need to look at the fretboard, you're going to stick your neck out. I don't want to see this. Well, I can't see you. So hopefully you're not doing this. Okay. This is not good. This is good. Not good. Good. No es bueno. Muy bueno. No bueno. Muy bueno. Okay. You can't find your thumb. Okay. So typically if you have a hard time finding your thumb, put your hand flat here. So this is your pinky. This is your ring finger, your middle finger, your index finger. And boom, there it is. There's your thumb right there. Thank you, Henry, for the super sticker. Appreciate it so much. So we're going to continue here on the slideshow. And the slideshow. Okay, here it is. I really wish that we could move this, that it wouldn't be right in the middle. Let's see, remove from the stream, mute. No, okay, never mind. Okay, so we covered holding the guitar. So now we're going to work with the first exercise. Okay, and the first exercise is this. Remember what I told you about this circle? Who remembers what I said about this circle? When you see this circle on the chart, it means what? Let me know in the live chat, just to make sure that you all have got it. What does it mean? And remember, that line where the circle is, it's this top string, okay? It's this top string. That's the sixth string. What is it saying there? What is that chart saying there? Let me know while I drink some water. Open string. Aaron, thank you. Celia, thank you. You play it open. Yes. Oh, you can't find the thumbs up. Okay, sorry. Well, you can just say got it. Okay. If I ask you a question, you could just say got it, or just type thumbs up. Or a TU, and I know, like, thumbs up. Cool. So that means you play it open. So that's what you just did, right? You played it open and you rested your thumb on the next finger. I mean, on the next string, right? That means you play it open. Before I move on to the next part, I want to point something out. I want you to take your left hand, position your thumb in the back, okay? And I want you to put all your fingers on the fretboard like this. Your first finger is going to be over. Don't press. I'm not asking you to press yet. Your first finger is going to be just over the first fret, the first fret on the sixth string. Ugh, little tongue-tied today. Your middle finger, finger number 2, is going to be positioned just over the second fret of the sixth string. Your third finger is going to be positioned just over, not pressed, just over the third fret. And you guys are smart. You already know what's next, what's coming next. Your fourth finger is just going to hover over the fourth fret. Okay, so it should look like this from up top. Oops, sorry. It should just look like that. I'm not pressing, they're just over. Okay, because then I want you to touch the strings, and then I want you to just lift them slightly over. So you're not touching them. You're not touching them. Okay, just hover them over like this. We're going to do our first exercise that I want you to practice every day. Every day. You don't have to sit there for 2 hours to practice this. All you need to do is pick up your guitar every once in a while and say, I'm going to practice my warm-ups, and then I'm going to show you what to do, okay? This is what you're going to do next. So we're going to play that open string once. Open. Got it? Then you're going to press your first finger on the first fret and play that. You see how the note changed? First you had open, boom, then you have the first fret. Okay, I will show you what the name of these notes are later, but I just really want you to get started with this exercise so we can get going. Now, some of you are going to sound like this. You're not going to get a clean sound, and that's okay. Now, I want you to see how comfortable it is, okay? It's going to feel a little bit weird because you're not used to pressing this like this, okay? So remember your thumb, your wrist, and your elbow. Find the position where you're able to press easily. And don't do this. Don't do this. Don't take your fingers off of the frets. I want your fingers hovering over those frets. I just want you to press with your index finger and strum it once, okay? If you're with me, give me thumbs up. And let me know how we're doing so far. So far we've played it open, and we've played the first fret once, and we're holding that note. Let me know. Let me know how we're doing. Up next, the next thing we're going to do, as you give me your thumbs up, is we're going to lift our finger off of that index. We're going to lift our index finger off, and we're going to press with the middle finger now. Okay? We're going to press with the middle finger. Now that's finger number 2 on the second fret, top string. This hand is still doing the same thing. You're just resting it on top of the string. You're pressing down. You're releasing the string and you're resting it on the next string. Again, if you're sounding like this, don't get discouraged. It's okay. I'm not worried about that. And neither should you. You shouldn't worry about how it sounds. I just want this hand to start getting used to pressing. Okay. Good. You guys got it. Good. Excellent. I really wish I could see all of you, but okay. So the next one is we're lifting up our second finger and we're pressing the third fret with our third finger like that. Just like that. Okay. And you're smart. You got it. The next one is our fourth finger, our pinky. That's all you're doing is strumming it once. Okay. And I don't want to see this. Don't take your fingers off of the other frets. Okay. I know you want to because you're not pressing hard enough and your other fingers just want to, let me get off of the screen real quick and tell you what happens, why this happens. Your fingers are spread apart. And if you're pressing your pinky, it's forcing your pinky to do all the work. And so your fingers want to come in and rescue and help press it. I don't want that. I want all these to be in their position, ready to go. Okay. Ready to go. So you just play the pinky. And the next one is we're going to go backwards from there. You're going to go 3. You're going to strum the top string, your 6th string, 3rd fret, 3rd finger. Next is the 2nd finger, 2nd fret. So you have to lift off your 3rd finger. Otherwise, it's going to be in the way and you're still going to be playing 3rd finger. So you're going to lift it off and press with your 2nd finger and strum that once. It's okay if it sounds like this. That's okay. That's how I started. Okay. That's all right. And then next is your index finger one more time. You're going to press. And lastly, open again. You got it, right? Simple enough. Everybody can do this. So you're going to strum it open. Please don't forget to play it open first. Open, first, second, third, fourth, third, second, and first. And then open at the end. And see, this hand does the same thing. Open, first, second, third, fourth, third, second, first, open. Excellent. So remember to keep your fingers in their frets, okay? First finger, first fret, second finger, second fret, third finger, third fret, fourth finger, fourth fret. Just like that. Eventually you'll get that fast, but take it nice and easy, nice and slow. You're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Okay, so nice and slow. Aaron asks, do we press in the middle finger of the fret or closer to the next fret? I would say try to press in the middle, okay? In the middle. For some chords, it's okay if you press closer to the divider, okay, to the fret, to the next fret, but try to stay in the middle if you can. Okay, now here we go. You're gonna do it one more time with me, okay? We're gonna start off open, and we're gonna go. I'm gonna give 4 counts. I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're gonna play the note on the first count. So I'm gonna repeat that. I'm gonna say 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. And every time I get to 1, you're going to play the next note. Okay. So I'll show you. Look at me first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Okay? You got that? If you got that, give me a thumbs up, and then we're going to do it together. Okay? Give me a thumbs up. Let me know you've got it. And if you're getting any value out of this whatsoever, please remember to hit that thumbs up button, the like button. It'll let YouTube know that this lesson, you like it, and it'll share it with more people, more guitarists, more people who want to learn. David, Angela's having deja vu. Didn't she just say that? I love that, man. All right, cool. Excellent, familia. Okay, cool. So let's do it one more time. Okay. Remember, every time I get to 4, get ready to do the next one. Okay. Every time I get to 4, get ready, because as soon as I say 1, we're gonna play the next note. So here we go. We're starting off with an open string. I'm gonna count to 4 once, and then we're gonna start on the second one. All right, hopefully that makes sense. So I'm gonna count to 4, and then when I say 1 again, that's when we start. We're gonna start open. Ready? So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. Almost 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. How did we do? Let me know in the live chat if you got it good, if it was so, if you had a hard time somewhere, let me know so we can correct it before we move on. Right? Fingers are a bit numb. Yes, you're gonna feel some numbness in the tip of your fingers. Just keep pressing them like this, like outward, like if you're gonna snap. Press them out to sort of release some of that tension that's built up there. But I would love it if you all practice this every single day. Do not practice for 20, 30 minutes at a time. You can just, like I said before, hey, I get home from work, from school, from wherever you were, you get home, you pick up your guitar, you practice it practice it once all the way over, put the guitar down, go cook your food, serve your dish right before you eat, play one more time, wash your hands, then go eat. As soon as you're done eating, play one more time, then go wash your dishes, come back, play it again. Just spread it out and practice that throughout your day, once or twice if you want to, if you care to. But just know that your fingers are going to feel a little bit numb by the second day. They're going to feel numb, but that's okay because we're just building strength. And just like when you go to the gym, and then the next day you're feeling a little sore. No different, because you have muscles in your fingers that you haven't even used in this way, and so it's just normal that your hands are gonna cramp up a little bit. So here we go. We got that exercise over. We're gonna do it one more time, and then I'm gonna show you your first chord. Okay, I'm excited about that. I'm gonna read that first chord. Okay, so here we go. We're gonna do it one more time, familia. We're gonna do it together. One more 30-second notes. Go. I can't even get that fast anymore. I'm out of practice, but here we go. All right, for a minute. So I'm gonna count to 4 one time, and when I get to that 1, we're gonna start. Remember, we start with the open. We start with open, and we finish with open. So here we go. One more time, familia. You got this. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. For those of you who got that and you want to try something different, what you could do is switch up the strumming down here. Okay, so you can go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. So those are quarter notes, right? So you can practice that, or you can do a half note. So you can go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So you're strumming on the 1 and the 3. You can do whatever variation you like. Have fun with it. Like, mess around. It's okay to be silly. It's okay to just go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. Whatever you want. You want to You can do it however you want to exercise your thumb as well, because you're going to need that. Or you could just do the whole note, okay, and hold it. But try to hold it and try to make sure that you get as clean of a sound as you possibly can get. It's okay if it sounds like this, but if you get that, hold it. If you find that you get a clean sound and then it starts to fade, it only starts to fade because you're loosening the grip on what you're pressing. Okay, but I don't care what that sounds like, familia. I'm very proud of you for doing the exercise, and I'm glad that it came out really great, right? But I don't care what it sounds like right now. Okay, I'm not worried about sound. I'm worried about these fingers is what's important. I want you to learn the formations. I want you to learn this warm up and this exercise so that you can build muscle and get going a lot faster. Okay. Before our next lesson, I want you, before we actually get on the live on the lesson, if you can sort of warm up with that exercise and have your fingers all nice and warmed up for the next practice, that'd be great. Okay. So how are we doing, familia? Everything good? Everything good? We're talking about time signatures. For those of you who started or just starting, don't worry about what they're saying. Okay. These time signatures, 5/4 and all that, and 30-second notes. These are, you don't have to worry about that now. Okay. And it's okay, because a lot of people don't ever need to learn any of that if all they want to do is just play at home or something, or play at church. Some of that stuff might be important, but you don't need to know it now. Okay, we'll get to that stuff a lot later. All right, great. So it looks like everybody's good on that. Now we're gonna move on, and I'm gonna teach you all. Oh, okay. It's okay.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay. All right, familia. Apologize about that. Erika had to step out for a little bit. Okay, cool. So we're gonna learn our first chords. Okay, these two chords that I'm gonna show you are very important chords for me because they are sort of the foundation of learning a lot more chords. Okay, the first chord that we're gonna play is this A formation, A major. Okay, we'll learn A major. And that's what it looks like. Now, based on what we learned at the beginning of this lesson, where we learned where each finger goes, see if you can figure out this position. I'll guide you through it. Okay. What we have here is this string is open. The first string is open. So you have your first note on the second string. And the second fret. Oops. What am I doing? Come on, man. I accidentally right-clicked. Okay, here we go. Let me get back to it. Okay, short train. Okay, reckless love. A B C D F G. Reckless love again. Holding. Okay, the exercise. Here we go, and boom, we're there. All right. So first string is open. We have a first note on the second string. Nothing on the first fret. They're all on the second fret, and you're going to put your third finger, second string, second fret. The next string up is your middle finger. So this was your ring finger, your third finger. This is your middle finger right above it. Okay. And here, I'm not sure who asked. I think it was Aaron. Carol, thank you so much for the super chat. I think it was Aaron who asked. You were asking now if you should have your fingers in the middle. Yes, you want to have them in the middle, but with chords like this, where the notes are stacked on top of each other, it's kind of challenging to do so. So this third finger might be closer to this bar, and this one might be in the middle. This one might be closer this way, or you might have this one closer to this third fret and the third finger closer to the first fret. Okay, just a side note. Everybody else, ignore what I just said. But you're gonna have your third finger, second fret, your second fret of the second string, your middle finger, second finger on the second fret, third string, and then your index finger, finger number 1, on the string right above that, second fret, fourth string. Then the top 2 strings are open. So you're gonna have only 3 fingers on these 3 strings. That's A major. Okay. Here's where it's gonna take a little bit of imagination on your part, familia. I'm gonna take off the thing here and show you what it looks like. This is what your fingers should. Oops, sorry. This is what your fingers should look like. You have your third finger on the second string, second fret. Your middle finger on the string right above it. And Aaron, if you see, they're not directly above each other. They are above, but they're not stacked on top of each other like in the middle. Okay, they're slanted slightly. And then index finger right above that. Boom, just that. Now here's what's important. You want to, familia, you want to make sure that you memorize how your fingers are. I call this calibration. You want to calibrate. You want to take a picture, look at it, okay? Look at it. Remember, stick your neck out. Don't turn your guitar to look at it. I want you to see where each finger is in relation to each other. And I want you to, with your mind's eye, take a picture of it in your head, look away from the camera or look away from the fretboard and look away somewhere else and picture your fingers where they are and feel where your fingers are. Look back and just confirm that the picture you have in your head matches what you see here. Okay? And then what I want you to do with your right hand, let me know with either a thumbs up or type TU if you got that, if your fingers are in the position where they should be. And here's what you want to make sure that you have. You want to make sure that the bottom string is open, and you want to make sure that the top strings are open. So if you're up here, if the top string is not open, I mean the fifth string is not open, then you're too high. Bring that position down a string. This is the bad part about doing online lessons, is that I can't see you, so I don't know if you're on the right fret or if you're on the right strings. So I'm trusting that you are able to guide yourself and be able to be in that position. Okay? And you can look at the fret there. Okay? So if you got it, I see some of you got it. Some of you say, okay, you need to trim your nails. Yes, sometimes you do need to trim your nails. So all three fingers are in the same fret. Yes, Carol, all three fingers are all on the same fret, the second fret. Okay, and you want to make sure that they're that they are in between. Okay, in between the frets, between the fret dividers here. Okay, that you don't have a finger that's like too close or on the third fret, or that this finger is not on the first fret or too close to the bar here. Okay, and then what I want you to do is see how your thumb is. Okay, position your thumb, because some of you might have your hand, the back of your hand, flat on the guitar like this. Some of you may need to move your thumb down so that your palm can open and you have that sort of gap. You see that? My palm is not touching the back of my guitar. Some of you might be comfortable with your palm touching the guitar, the back of your guitar. Some of you are not. So position your thumb. You want to make sure that your wrist is in the right position and your elbow is in the right position. So this has to be comfortable, okay? The only thing that should be sort of uncomfortable is the tips of your fingers, because you're not used to pressing. So that's A. So once you've taken a picture, I want you to look at that picture one more time, because I'm going to do another exercise that helped me memorize my chords, and has helped all of my students that I've ever taught in the last 14 years, have helped them memorize their chords. And that's, look at the picture again. Take a picture with your mind's eye, so you remember where each finger is. Notice what fret and string this one is in. Notice what fret and string this one's in, and how they're in relation to each other. So outside, it looks like this. Your fingers are stacked like this. See? I can literally make that formation like this in the air and then just position it, because I already know it. It's already memorized in my muscle, my fingers. Okay? Take one more picture. Take one last look. Look away. Make sure that picture is nice and clear. If it's not clear, brighten it up, make it bigger, make it closer, whatever you have to do to make sure that picture is nice and clear in your mind's eye. Look back, make sure that it matches. Look away again. Make sure that you feel. You're not looking at it, but now you're feeling how your fingers feel together. Okay, the position, the formation. Okay. Look at it one more time. And here's what I want you to do. I want you to set your hand and put it in your lap. Just put it in your lap. I'm going to give you instructions here. Put it in your lap. Take a look at the chart one more time. Take a look at the chart. We're not using our fingers, okay? Hands on your lap. Hands on your knees, whatever that song says. Hands on your lap. And then I want you to stick your neck out, and I want you to picture your fingers there. Don't put your fingers there yet. Just picture your fingers right where they belong. And here's why I want you to do that. If I were to ask you to put your fingers there, you would be second guessing yourself and your fingers are going to get confusing. You're going to get confused. So I want your hand here on your lap, and I want you to look at your fretboard and picture each finger there and imagine, in your imagination, I want you to imagine each finger going where there should be. So don't do it yet. Just in your imagination, picture this finger going there, this finger going there, and this one there. But keep your hand here, but picture each finger there. And whenever you're ready, I'm going to give you a few minutes, a few seconds. Whenever you're ready, I want you to just, whenever you have that picture in your head and you know where each finger belongs, then I want you to move your fingers there. What that's going to do is it's going to help bridge the gap, the space between the thought of the chord and the actual fingering of the chord. I want to bridge that gap and make it shorter and shorter. So every time you think of A, you're going to go there fast. So right now it's A. Where does A go? Okay, that finger goes there, this finger goes there, that finger goes there, and then boom. So you saw all that space between the thought and the actual position. There's space. I'm going to bridge that gap by making sure that you picture it first so you're not confusing your fingers and your fingers goes, I know where I go, but the brain is throwing me off because it's not sure. I want you to be sure in your mind first and then just go there. So if you want to do that a couple of times, put your hand on your lap, picture it, go. Hand on your lap, picture it, go. And here's the chart so you can confirm, so you can verify. Use the app to get to the A major. To get to A major, right from your app here, it's the second button here. You're just going to go here. You're going to click major chords. You're going to click the top button again, which says study. And there's your A major right there. You can use this as reference. Put it on your lap. Look at the picture there. Look at the picture on your phone. Picture it on the fretboard and then press it. If you got it, give me a thumbs up. Let me know if you want me to repeat all of that, what I just said, to memorize it, because I really want to make sure you all memorize these. And notice, I'm not asking you to strum. I'm not asking you to do anything. I just want those fingers there. And I want your thumb to be comfortable and your wrist to be comfortable and your elbow to be comfortable. All right, Kenny, we'll see you next time. There was only one more chord that I'm going to teach, but I'll have this recording available for you so you can go over it again whenever you have free time. Okay. This recording is going to be available. So if some of you think that I went a little bit fast, you can always go back and review. Okay. Great. Excellent. So Dori's got it. Celia's got it. Okay. We got Aaron's got it. Cameron Harris says, what a nice guy. Oh, thanks. I think you're talking about me. Kenny's nice too. We got Carol says, what an awesome app. Excellent. Cool. All right, great. So you have A major. This is A major. Now I want you to picture it and say it in your head. A major. So when I say play an A major, you don't need the pictures. You only need the picture in your head and you have the formation. Okay. The formation, these strings are stacked. I mean, your fingers are stacked one on top of the other. Okay. That's A. You got like a pancake stack right there. Oh, thanks, Cameron. Appreciate that. All right, excellent. So let's move on to the next chord. Okay, so this is A major. I'm going to teach you both, and then we're going to go over both of them. This is another important chord. And you don't need to know this now. I'm going to show it to you so that you can have it. It's just a seed. Okay, this is just a seed that I'm putting in your mind that it's all going to connect later. You're going to be like, whoa, he did explain that. So you see this A chord, okay? The same formation, if I switch fingers, I can move this over and bridge here. That's a different chord. This is a different chord, different. So one formation, I'm going to be able to play different chords. So here's A major, A sharp, B, C, Here's the C sharp, D, D sharp, E, F, F sharp, G, G sharp, A, all over again. So the same fingering, the same formation, all the way over. You're gonna learn more chords, and the same thing is true of this E chord that I'm about to show you. Okay, and one thing I want you to know is that I could take this E chord and do the exact same thing, switch finger positions, and slide that over, and I can play a lot of chords. So what I'm doing here is I'm showing you more than one chord. I'm showing you more than two chords right now. I'm showing you A major and the E major formation. But in doing so, I'm also teaching you a bunch of other chords down here, okay? But you just don't know it yet. So shh. Don't even think about it right now. It's just a seed. Just let it root, okay? Just let it root. We're gonna water it. No need to worry. No need to worry. If you haven't already, please hit that like button. It'll help the channel a lot, and hopefully get more people to learn how to play guitar absolutely free online. Cool. So here's this new position. Earlier we had the bottom string was open, and we had the second, third, and fourth string we're playing chords in, and now both of the bottom strings are open, and the first note that we play isn't played until the third string, and now we have something on the first fret. The previous chord had all chords on all notes on the second fret. This one has it on the first fret. So let's position our finger there, familia. Okay, let's go over it. So the first two strings are open. Then the third string, you're gonna play your index finger, your first finger. You're gonna position it there on the third string, first fret. Then you're gonna take your middle finger. Your ring finger. You're skipping your middle finger. You're taking your ring finger, and you are going to position it on the next string, and on the next fret over. So your third finger on the fourth string on the second fret. I hope you're following along. The next one and last note you're going to position is your middle finger right above that third finger on the fifth string, second fret. And then that top string is open again. That's your E major. Say it. E major. I want you to do the exact same thing. I want you to stick your neck out, familia. Stick your neck out and look at the formation. Notice where each finger is. Notice that these two are together. Notice that this one is all by itself on the first fret, but notice how it feels too, okay? You don't have to press down right now. Just position your fingers there so you're not hurting your fingers, but I want you to really just notice everything as much as you could possibly notice, to remember that your pinky's out of the way, okay? These two are together. This one's by itself, okay? And they're all in the three strings together. So there's no skipping a string. They're all together. So you're on the third, fourth, and fifth, 3, 4, 5 strings, 1 and second fret, first, second fret. Notice how that looks. And I want you to take another picture with your mind's eye, with that beautiful camera of yours called a mind. I want you to take a picture of it and notice where each finger is. Do not tilt your guitar. Please do not tilt your guitar. Stick your neck out and look at it. And then look away. Picture where each finger is. And again, if you go on to the app, I showed you A major. If you go next, you got B, C, D, and E. Skip to E, and there's your E major chord. Okay, same one that you see on the screen. So you can use the app to follow along. You can go back to A here. A, and if you go B, C, D, and E, there it is. A and E. A and E. I'm showing you today A and E, and this is your E. It should look like this, familia. Okay. The top string is open. The next string has a finger on it. The next string next below it has another finger on it. The next string below that one has another finger on it, but on the first fret, and the bottom two are open. Now you got to be, one thing to be careful here is that your finger, you see my finger here, that it's not touching that string. Otherwise you'll get that sound. I want my hand to be open so that bottom string can ring free. Okay. So that means my thumb has to go down. If my thumb is way up here, I'm touching it. See, I'm touching it. If I bring my thumb down, naturally my wrist opens up, and now I'm not pressing. I'm not touching that bottom string. Okay. Again, I don't care about sound. If it sounds like this, I don't care. I do not care about that. Neither should you. We'll get to that later, okay? As you start warming up, you keep practicing your warm-up that I gave you earlier. You're going to strengthen your fingers, and then these will start to sound a lot cleaner, okay? Carmen, you emailed me. Okay, I'll check it out after the lesson. Thank you so much. You got it? So we've learned A, and we've learned E. Okay, so E. Let's stay with E. Let's stay with E. Okay, stay with me, familia. E. Again, let's take a look at that. Calibrate. Notice whatever you have to notice. Where is each finger? Okay, maybe even lift it up a little bit and then put them back. Just a little bit, like right above, like up a little bit, and then put them back down. Like lift your fingers up. Here's what I'm doing. I'm just lifting up a little bit and then putting them back down, just so I can get the feel for this position. This is what's important. That because what I want you to do later, not now, is that I want you to open up your hand and then do E formation in the air. And you should be able to just take that and go boom right there, position them. Okay, that's later, but that's what's important about this. I want your fingers to memorize where they are in relation to each other, because they have to work together. They have to work together, kind of like us, familia. If we're gonna create beautiful harmonies, we have to work together. That's the only way. This little finger can't be like, no, I want to be over here. Then it's gonna sound like whatever. Maybe this one doesn't want to join, but there's another harmony there. Other fingers working together, okay? Excellent. So we have that, okay? Now take another picture. This is important. I know it sounds silly, but this is important. Trust me, this has gotten so many students to learn their chords fast. Here it is. Take a picture. Look away. Feel what it feels like to have those fingers in relation to each other, and make sure that the image in your head matches that. Look again. Make sure. Look away, clean picture, look again, and then I want you to put your hand down again on your lap. I'm going to bring the chord back up so you can see it. Look at it. E major, that's what it looks like. Let's just look at it for a little bit. Study it. 2 bottom strings open, index finger on the 3rd string, 1st fret, ring finger on the next strings and 1 fret over on the 2nd fret, and then your middle finger right above it and the top string open. Top string open. Here's what I want you to notice about something. I'm going to go back here just to show you something really quick on this note chart. See this A? The A chord starts on this string, right? On the D string. See how this one's open? A, that's your root note right there, okay? Just remember that, root note. And when we're playing E, only the top string is open and it starts here on the A string. So that's the root note, E. So on A, this is the root note, and then E is the root note here. That's another seed I just planted, because I'm going to look at these as trains. So you have the A train and the E train. That's why I taught you A and E first, because from that A, you're going to take that A formation and you can move it along this train. And every time you stop at any one of these fretboards, at any one of these frets, makes it a different chord. Okay. So just remember that. The A train. A starts off, it has this string open and then it starts there. And for E, it only has the top string open and it starts here. Okay. Now I'm going to go back. Sorry. Okay. E. See that A? This A is open. And then in E, this E is open and it starts there. Okay. So picture that. I'm going to get off camera for just a quick second and I'll be right with you. So learn that real quickly. All right, I'm back. So you've got it, hands on your lap. Picture that E. I want you to stick your neck out again and picture where each finger belongs. So I want you to picture the index finger, where it goes. Picture your ring finger, where that goes. Picture your middle finger, where that goes. And do not move your actual fingers in position until you are absolutely sure that they are going where they belong. I hope that's clear enough. Look at the chord. Look at your fretboard here. Picture where each finger is going to go. And then whenever you're ready, go now. And put them in the position and use this to confirm, to verify. If for some reason you had them backwards, you did something wrong, put your hand down again and try it again. Don't try to adjust from this position. Start over again, because I want those fingers to know exactly where they belong. Boom. I want them to go there. A, E, A, E, A, E. And eventually A, E, A, E, A, E. Boom, 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 like fast. But don't worry about fast now, and don't worry about sound now. I want those fingers to memorize where they belong. Put those fingers in their place. Oh, it's okay, Eric. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm gonna leave this recording on the channel so that you can reference it. Okay. Typically, these lessons go from anywhere between 30 minutes to 45 minutes, maybe sometimes even an hour. This one's going a little bit over the hour because I'm not seeing you, so I'm having to wait to confirm to make sure that you've got it. So if you got it, give me a thumbs up. Give me a thumbs up if you got that E. And then if you did give me a thumbs up, I want you to go back to A and again put your hand on your lap and do the A formation. You don't have to play it. I just want those fingers where they belong. And I want your guitar to be straight like this, not tilted. I want your thumb to be in the right place, your wrist to be comfortable, and your elbow to be off of your lap and nice and comfortable. Okay. Remember, you have that app. The link is in the description. Erika's dropped it a couple times, but if you need it, the link is going to be in the description. Always use that app to make sure that you have them correctly. Okay. So let's go again one more time. Let's do this A. Remember, hand on your lap. I want you to move your. Oh, I'm going to take it off of the screen here. Hand on your lap. Stick your neck out. Picture A major, where the strings, where your fingers are going. And once you know where each finger goes, then do it. If you get here and you're second guessing, put your hand back down on your lap, picture the fingers there, and then only move them when you're absolutely sure. I want those fingers to go boom, 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 right where they belong. Not, what is it? And then go. No. If you're confused, start over again. Picture it, then go. That's the best way you're going to memorize those. So if you got it, if you memorized it, and you went to the position, remember you should only have the bottom string open and the top two strings open. That means you're on the second, third, and fourth string. All of them on the second fret. You want to make sure that you're mindful of Mr. Thumb over here, and it's lower if it has to be, okay? Because you don't want this finger to be touching. So you're gonna have to bring your thumb down to see if my thumb is up. This part is touching the guitar, the fretboard. So if I bring my thumb down, naturally my hand opens up. So if I'm like this, if I bring my thumb down, it naturally opens up. Watch this. See that? And now I'm not obstructing this. Okay. I'm bringing my thumb down and my wrist out. Position my elbow in whatever way I need to in order to be comfortable. Okay. If you got A major, put your hand down. I'm going to put it on the screen one more time for you to study it. E major. Look where each finger goes. Look at your fretboard. Picture each finger there. And then when you know you've got it, move your fingers and put them into the position. Only when you know you've got it. So hand on your lap, picture where each finger goes. I really need to clean up my fretboard. It's all dirty. Put them into position. Hands on your lap. A, and then E. A, and E. It'd be really helpful if you know this by the next lesson, because I'm going to move on to teaching more major chords, but these are your first two chords, and I want you to learn them because they're very important, again, because once you learn this, A major, that same formation, if you move it over, you'll learn a lot more chords without having me to teach you more chords. Tell me you know more chords without telling me you need to know more chords. And that's knowing A and knowing E, because I can take that E formation, same formation, and move it over anywhere across the fretboard, and I can get another 12 notes. So you just learned a lot more notes than the two. You just don't know it yet. These are just tiny little seeds. Good? All right. That's it, familia. Let's go over that warm-up one more time, because I'm going to leave you with the warm-up. I want to make sure you got it. So we're starting here with open, the top string open. Remember, you're putting your hand right underneath the sound hole. You're resting your thumb, and you're not plucking out. You're pushing down and resting it on the next string. Okay. And you're putting each of your fingers on their fretboards. So first finger on the fret, first fret, second finger on the second fret, third finger on the third fret, fourth finger on the fourth fret. And we're going to do the exercise one more time. Remember, you're going to go open, 1, 2, 3, 4, back 3, 2, 1, and then open. Let's do that one more time, and then we'll close this thing out. And if you have any questions, I'll take some questions before we leave. All right, so we're going to start off with the thumb resting. Remember, we're going to strum and rest it on the next string. And then these fingers are each going to play in their respective fret. Okay, so open first, then second, third, fourth, third, second, first, and then open again. So here we go. I'm going to count one more time. 1. I'm going to count to 4, and we're going to start on that 1. So here we go. 1, 2, ready, 1. Nope, sorry. Start over again. Sorry. I said 1 and play. I'm going to say 1, not play. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 1, 2, 3, 4. How do we do, familia? I hope we did good. Remember, that's what I want you to practice. Okay, practice this warm-up as many times as you can throughout your day. You don't have to practice it for 20 minutes. Just practice it once or twice, and then later on, practice it again. And I want you to practice learning your formations, your E and A formation. Okay, A formation, E formation, A, E formation, and your warm-up.